Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to be showing you a really delicious recipe for pork wontons. Now this is a recipe that I tried a few months back and it's been on repeat ever since. It is so tasty and delicious and really simple to make. It's a little fiddly a little bit, so it is a little bit time consuming, but as far as the ingredients that you're using and everything, it's really simple and straightforward. So let's get started.
The very first thing that we want to do is cut some green onions, and I have about 5 green onions here, and you want to have 2 little bowls. You're going to put the bottoms of them in one and the tops in another. I will be using the tops for some fried rice to put on top of that. The bottoms of the green onions are what we're going to be putting into our wontons. Now we just want to put 1 pound of ground pork into a bowl that we can mix it in. And then I am going to be using this minced kind of pasty ginger, and I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of that. You can also just mince your own fresh ginger, but I really love having this jarred ginger on hand so I can just throw it into whatever. And then I want to add some liquid aminos in here. I would recommend between 2 to 3 tablespoons. This is going to give us a nice flavor in there as well as being our salt content. And then we're going to add the bottoms of all of those green onions. If you feel like it's not quite oniony enough for you, then you can go ahead and add in some of the tops as well. And we're just going to give that a real good mix to incorporate all of that in there. If you'd like, a little black pepper in here would also go really well. And now we need our wonton wrappers, and these are the ones that I use. I've always had good success with these, and they freeze really well, so you can actually just keep them in your freezer, pull them out about a day before you're going to use them, and they work fantastic that way. So I'm going to lay out several of them. This is the part that takes some time. It's really good to throw on an audiobook while you're doing this, or if you have a helper in the kitchen, it's really nice to kind of tag team this so that you can have different people working on different parts of the process. Once I've got my wrappers laid out here, I want to go ahead and start putting in my filling. And you want to use about a tablespoon of the filling. You really don't want to use any more than that because it will kind of make it hard to close the wrapper, and then it just kind of opens it up and you might have kind of meat spilling out of there. So no more than a tablespoon, and even if you think that might be a little bit too much, you can always go a little bit smaller. Now once I have my filling on my wrappers, then I just want to take a little bowl of some fresh clean water and just dip my finger in there, and you want to just put some of that water on the edges of 2 of your wonton wrapper sides, and then you'll just fold that over and press that down really well so that it seals kind of like an envelope. And you want to just check and make sure that everything is nice and sealed. You don't have any openings there, and if you want to get all fancy with it, you can actually fold this again another time to make different little shapes out of the wontons. I cannot pull that off. I've tried and it doesn't work for me, probably because of the amount of filling that I put in mine, but if you can pull it off, you know, more power to ya. And with the power of editing, all of my wontons are folded. I have a skillet here with about 1 inch of oil in it. Use whatever oil of your choice and heat this up to about 350 degrees. I always just eyeball it, so realistically I probably started a little bit before it was at 350 degrees, otherwise there would have been a little bit more sizzle there. but yeah, 350 is going to be your preferred temperature for frying these off. And just work in small batches. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. I'll let them cook for about 1.5 minutes on each side. And you can kind of tell that the underside is getting crispy. It's not as soft, and it will start getting golden. And you can leave these in there for as long as you want until they get to the desired color that you want them to be. And then I just pull these off and put them onto a plate that's lined with paper towels so that it will soak up some of the residual oil from frying them. These reheat really, really well in a air fryer, so if you have that, you can make these the day ahead. They reheat phenomenally. They're really, really good. If you want to make like a little dipping sauce for these, that would be really good. You can use some of the coconut aminos and maybe a little bit of brown sugar or a little bit of hoisin sauce, and it would make a really nice dip for them. I like to serve these up with a little bit of fried rice. I think they look beautiful and they're really, really addicting. They're just so tasty. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.